Erikson has 8 stages of development, while I've got 8 ingredients to make brownies. Welcome. If you are here for a child and youth care class, my name is Parker and my pronouns are they, them, or he, him. I graduated, what year did I graduate in? I think I graduated in 2016. I currently am a community resource specialist with the Canadian Mental Health Association, and that means that I answer the phone whenever anybody in Alberta calls 211. So that is what I do. If you are not here from a child and youth care class, stick around, I don't know, you might learn something. We're going to be talking about identity development. And I mean, if you're here from child and youth care, you can watch some of my other videos too, because I have made some other videos and they're kind of funny. So, I mean, go nuts, do whatever you'd like. Okay, so our first brownie ingredient is flour. This is 1 3/4 cups of flour. And I mean, okay, so realistically in baking, I think that there's an order that you're supposed to go in. If I'm not mistaken, I'm supposed to be putting, I don't know, I have no idea, I am mistaken. Okay, so we got some flour, that's a good starting point. And then I think the next thing we should add is sugar. We have 2 cups of sugar. I've never used this recipe before, but I have lived before, that's the thing. The thing about development is that we all kind of have our own individual story, right? To me, learning about developmental theory is really cool to learn how people think that we learn things and how we understand things around us and ourselves. We're meaning-making creatures, right? So we want to understand why something is the way it is and how it got there, and it's so much more individual than what theory teaches us. And here's what I mean about individuality. I've got some salt here because I had a good amount of trauma that we're still a little bit salty about. And like, trauma really does shape a lot of the ways that we are. The idea that everybody develops in these stages based on their age is really wonderful, and you have to understand that if you're ever working with somebody who's got trauma, it just is a little bit more complicated than that. It's a little bit more specific. Alright, so right now we look kind of like a brownie mix, like that you buy at the store, and when I do that at the store, then they tell me to add the liquid stuff. So I'm going to add some oil. This is a cup of oil. Fun fact, I used to be scared of eating food like this because I had a really tough time with an eating disorder. So all of those experiences that we have when we're younger that tell us what we're worth and who we are and who other people want us to be, well, that stuff has a big influence on how we grow too, is what other people are telling us when we're growing. The recipe says 5 large eggs, so I have 6 medium eggs. I don't know if the measurement is right on that, but we're gonna go for it. And I mean, that's part of life, right? We have to get creative and we have to do things in the steps that we want to do them because we have power and choice, so we can do whatever we want. Like, for example, I feel like maybe I did the ingredients in the order they're not supposed to be done in, but this is the order we're choosing. See, it's still turning out okay. Now that we have some foundation, we can start adding some of the extras that we get in life that we don't necessarily ask for, but they're there for us, and they're all part of identity development. So first off, we have chocolate chips and chunks. The recipe called for chocolate chips, and I'm here to live on the edge. So I got chips and chunks. Next up, I didn't add all these chocolate chips because I got some of these. I'm going to add some white chocolate chips for all of my white privilege. And then, okay, I went to the store and I was looking for Smarties because I wanted to talk about how my intellectual capabilities and how much I read was really tied to my sense of self-worth. So I thought of having Smarties, but then they didn't have Smarties. So I have M&Ms. That's the lesson that the M&Ms and the Smarties are supposed to teach you. Your sense of self-worth shouldn't be something that's defined by something you can do. If we grow up believing that our worth is impacted by the things that we do, then it impacts our identity development. And last but not least, nuts. Because on nuts, I'm trans. Okay, I think that we have an okay brownie batter here. It's got more things in it than I have ever put in brownies before, but I think that we're doing okay. And now, because of the magic of television, I have a pan. So let's put the brownie batter in a pan. Don't ever put yourself in a box. Put brownie batter in a pan, but don't put yourself in a box. You're more than just a theory. You're a person. It's really important when we're working with children, youth, and families that we're not looking at them as if they're theories or numbers or statistics, but that we look at them as one beautiful mixed up pan of brownies. Things all happen in different orders and at different stages, and different influences come in at different times. But in the end, we still have a beautiful pan of brownies. Then we can go put our brownies in the oven. Our oven hasn't been working for like 2.5 weeks or something. So the brownies are gonna go in the freezer, and we're gonna get a new oven later this week, and then I'm gonna bake the brownies. Part of my identity development has been learning how to be flexible and creative, and that is what we are doing. Thanks so much for coming to this video. Thanks for watching me make some brownie batter and put it in a glass pan and teach you about identity.